a war, but were even you surprised at the level of fight we saw tonight?
I thought it was going to be a really exciting, I said it, don't blink, it's going to be the most amazing few rounds. It was much better than that. It was just a phenomenal fight, phenomenal to watch, to witness and see these two guys, what they did, bearing their soul and Daniel getting off the floor and the canvas and coming back how he did, and it swung both ways, the fight, and it was just a privilege to watch.
I didn't really feel it, so it was like, well, what am I doing there? I had to quickly jump back up and fucking go for it.
Tell him, Daniel.
What would you like to do next fight?
We're gonna sit back and talk
have
to
a
the
rest
team.
first.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things happening in heavyweight division over the next few months, so we'll see. He's a champion, two-time world champion, and what a way to win a title.
Good fight. I think the fans were in for a treat. The fight should have been stopped a bit earlier, I thought.
Yeah, look, Fabio looked hurt for a long time, but we know what Fabio's capable of. When do you think he should have been stopped?
About 2 rounds prior, I would say. I think obviously the round beforehand they kind of slowed down, so the referee kind of thought okay, but I mean, he brought in the referees, I'm still not the referees, he brought in the doctors twice. But I think, look man, the doctors were saying certain things, they could hear how the crowd were kind of cheering for it. They let it go on because Wardley's the champion, but you got to let him live to fight.
What was your thoughts on that? It was a barn burner. I did think it was going to be a barn burner, but I didn't think it was going as long as what it did. Amazing performance, 2 unbelievable warriors in there. Fabio Wardley's a tough man, but so's Daniel Dubois. Amazing fight, honestly, such an amazing fight. Pleasure to be a part of one of the best fights I've ever witnessed.
And I'm happy that Dubois got his flowers and got the win, because a lot of people were writing him off, and I just felt if he could do what he needed to do behind that jab, cutting off the ring, somebody like Wardley, he could give him a lot of trouble. A lot of people thought he was going to fade. He did get knocked down, but he showed great resilience in getting back up. Wardley showed what we know what Wardley has. He has great grit, great determination, but he was just trying to rely on that big right hand looting over. And what he was done, which was so good, that he didn't do before, that he got behind the jab. I was screaming, pop it.
I'll tell you what, it's one of the best fights I've ever seen. One of the best fights. Fair play to Fabio Wardley. What a hard man he is. He didn't want to quit. His corner didn't pull him out. And Daniel Dubois kept his composure. He kept his composure, stuck to the plan. He started to get a bit tired himself. He realised that Wardley still got something in the tank. He kept pulling it out of the bag. He looked dead on his feet. But what a fight that was. And
we had one of the greatest heavyweight boxing matches I've ever seen in my life. Used to, I would have to go on YouTube and type in, heavyweight boxing from the 70s or the 80s or even the 90s to see a proper scrap, to see one for the ages. We haven't seen a fight like that at heavyweight in a very long time, and finally, yesterday, Daniel Dubois and Fabio Wardley gave us an all-timer. It was up and down, it was back and forth, and finally it was a demolition job by Dynamite Daniel Dubois. This fight had everything. It had parity, it had controversy, it had comebacks from both.
What unfolded in Manchester felt less like a routine heavyweight fight, and more like a dramatic test of resilience under the brightest lights. Fabio Wardley entered the ring, carrying serious momentum as one of Britain's fastest rising heavyweight contenders, while Daniel Dubois stepped in determined to prove once again why he remains one of the division's most dangerous fighters. From the opening exchanges, the intensity inside the arena was impossible to ignore as both men fought with urgency, pressure, and emotion. What many expected to be a breakout moment for Wardley quickly evolved into a physically demanding battle that tested both fighters mentally and strategically from start to finish.
What it takes to get off the canvas twice inside the other.
Yeah. Thank God for a great fight. Thank Fabio for being an absolute warrior. I thank God, what a fight we had. What a warrior he is, and came through that test, coming off the back of a loss. I was a bit nervy to start off with and a bit all over the place, but I pulled it together and got the victory.
There's a clip doing the rounds now, if I can both, where Don gives you a couple of slaps in the corner.
I needed that slap just to wake up. you know, stay in reality, you know, it's just not slip. You know, and as a warrior, you have to dig deep. Got to go to that dark place and come out on top.
Don't it take a break, man, to stick a couple of things on him, doesn't it?
Yeah, what I normally have a lot to say. No human being on this planet could ever question this kid ever again. Certainly don't question him in front of me, yeah? Because what he showed tonight, he raised any doubt of all that negative talk, yeah? It's almost like, because we were victorious, yeah? It's almost like, I'm glad the fight went that way. You know why? So he could demonstrate this quitting narrative. Is not, we know he's not, the people around him know he's not. I think he ticks every box, yeah? And obviously, you said it, I'm just gonna echo what everybody said here on the top table. The opponent, Fabio, what a warrior. He's healthy. Daniel, what a warrior. He's healthy. That's the most important. They both came out of that grueling, epic. Frank, that most Frank and most one of the best you've from over the years, right?
It's not over the years. It's the
for
best.
Heavyweights.
It's the best, best we've done.
Right.
It was just so absorbing. It was two guys.
It had everything. It had drama. It had thriller. It had everything. For neutrals, that's like.
Atmosphere inside Co-op Live changed instantly within the first moments of the fight. Fabio Wardley landed an early shot that sent Daniel Dubois to the canvas, creating a stunned reaction throughout the crowd. For a brief moment, questions immediately surfaced about how Dubois would respond under intense pressure. Wardley continued fighting aggressively through the opening rounds, pressing forward with confidence while Dubois worked to settle himself back into the contest. The dramatic start quickly became one of the most discussed moments of the night across the boxing world.
Daniel, proud of you that Fabio never went down despite all that punishment.
Yeah, no, what a warrior he is. He's a tough cookie. And he took my shots, and you know, God just tested me in that fight. You know, I had to go through my inner battle after coming off the back of a loss. So I was a bit nervy in there, but what a warrior. I'm honoured to share the ring with a fighter like Fabio.
Was that sweeter than the aging you?
Probably. I'm coming back off. Yeah, I'm going to go on a good run.
A nice rest.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I need a nice rest.
You need a nice rest.
You do, young man.
Yeah.
Come back late. Just take it easy.
When you say you felt a bit nervous coming in, Dan, did you feel like you exercised some demons by coming through those first three?
Yeah, it was needed. I needed to get whacked, come back up. I felt like a warrior in there, just digging deep and coming back. You know, I wasn't going to be denied. I had my dad and my people in my corner, and I couldn't let them down. So, yeah, want to congratulate Fabio for a great fight.
Looking forward to the rematch?
Yeah, well, if it happens, yeah.
The pressure continued building. Cameras captured emotional scenes inside Daniel Dubois' corner between rounds. Dubois later admitted that the difficult opening moments forced him to mentally regroup and refocus during the fight. His team stayed vocal and energetic throughout the break periods, encouraging him to remain composed and trust his preparation despite the early setbacks. Those moments inside the corner quickly became a major talking point after the fight, with many fans praising Dubois for staying mentally locked in during a high-pressure situation.